Hi everybody, quick video explainer for how to make videos for your pupils to cast lessons whilst you and they are at home. So a few steps to this. The first one is how to record your screen and you. So you're going to go to your Zoom account. So sign into Zoom and then go to, this is the sort of home page here. And then if you just click if you click My Account at the top right here, and then click Meetings, then go to your personal meeting room, and just click Start Meetings. This is your personal meeting room, and it will just allow you to record. So click Start Meeting, and it will ask you to open up Zoom. Open that up. It should take you to your desktop here where Zoom will open up. Just click here if it doesn't work. There we go. So click Join with Computer Audio and turn your camera on. And there you go. Now your students can see you. You can make that full screen if you like. Few props in the background just to make you look intelligent and cultured. Still wearing smart clothes because it's still a school day. Next thing you need to do is start your lesson. So the way that you do this with Zoom is you click Share. I've already got my lesson materials up and ready. So if I go across, I've got my PowerPoint here, and I've also got my task sheet that I'm going to be using. So I'll go to Zoom and I'll click Share. And it gives me all the different options of things that I can share. So I'll share my Active Inspire screen, click that and then click Share. And then this is what we'll be recording at the top, and you can see that there's also you there as well. And then we're going to record the whole lesson, giving pupils a chance to pause. So when you want pupils to do something, then you'll just say pause the video here so that they can do the task. So I'm just going to model how I do this. Good morning everybody, and welcome to our maths lesson. It's so lovely to be with you. Today we're going to be doing some multiplication. Let's read our learning objective. By the end of the lesson, we all need to be able to use short multiplication to multiply a 3-digit number by a 1-digit number, and we're going to have to do some regrouping from the ones to the tens column. Let's look at our star words here, our key vocabulary. I'm going to say them, then I want you to say them. Multiply, multiplied by, groups of, factor, product, multiple, regroup, ones, tens, hundreds. And if you did the actions for those, you can give yourself a merit. Let's look at our do now to begin with. We've got our times tables. These multiplication facts are going to be so important in our lesson today because we're going to be doing short multiplication of 3-digit numbers. So we need to speedily in our head be able to do our times tables. Let's practice by having a go at all of these. I'd like you to pause the video when I say go and see if you can work out all of those in your exercise book in front of you. Ready, steady, go! Okay, well done. It looked like you worked really hard there. Let's have a look at some of our answers and you can give yourself a little tick if you got them correct. 6 times 5 is 30. 7 times 0 is 0. 9 times 4 is 36. 7 times 3 is 21. 6 times 8 is 48. 9 times 2 is 18. 9 times 0 is 0. 7 times 7 is 49. 6 times 1 is 6. 9 times 7 is 63. 6 times 7 is 42. And 7 times 5 is 35. Quickly edit any that you didn't get correct. And if you like, you can count them up and give yourself a score. Okay, let's move on from our do now. So today we're going to be using the procedure of short multiplication to solve some of these problems. Let's read this first problem. In 1 month, 273 families camp in the boreal forest. The following month, 3 times as many families stay there. How many families stay that month? Okay, so in 1 month there are 273 families, and then the following month 3 times as many. So what's known? What's known in this problem? Point to the different bits of information that tell you what are the knowns in this word problem. Did we point to 273 families? There are 273 families in 1 month. And what else do we know? We know that the next month 3 times as many families. First there was 273 and then there were 3 times as many. How many families stayed in that month? Well, we know that there were 273 families in the first month, and then the next month we know that there were 3 times, so times 3 times as many families. So we can see the calculation that we need. It's 273 times 3, and that will tell us how many families stayed in the month. Let's have a look at that with some lovely visuals that will help us to solve that problem. So we can see with our bar model in the first month there are 273 families here. And in the month that we want to find out the answer to, there are 3 times as many, 273, and another 273. And another 273. So altogether it's 273 times 3, and that will give us our answer. Before we find an answer though, let's estimate. Let's estimate what the answer can be. Well, as an estimate, I'm going to do it nice and quickly in my head. 273 is too tricky to estimate, so I'm going to round that up to the nearest 100, and rounding it up to the nearest 100 would be 300. I can do 300 times 3 in my head really quickly, because I know 3 times 3 is 9, and it's 300, so altogether it's 900. That's not the exact answer, it's just my estimate. The estimate will be about 900, and it will be a bit less than 900 because 273 is less than 300. Now let's see if we can solve this. We've got 273 times 3. So on a place value chart, I'm going to have my ones times 3, so that's 3. And another 3, and another 3. So I've got 3 times. How many have I got altogether now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I could count my 3s. 3, 6, 9. 9 altogether in my ones. What about how many 10s? Well, I need to do 10s times 3. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I need another 7 10s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So another 7 and another 7 10s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So altogether now I've got 7 10s times 3. So I'll count in 7s. 7, 14, 21. I told you that your times tables will get in handy. Can I put 21 10s in my 10s column? No. I can just put 1 10 in my 10s column, and then the other 20 10s is the same as 200 so I'll leave it down here to remind me that I've got another 200s down here. And now I'll multiply my hundreds by 3. 2 hundreds and another 2 hundreds and another 2 hundreds. So altogether here I've got 2, 4, 6. Don't forget the last 2 down here, 8 hundreds. So my answer is 819. Let's use short multiplication to do it the quick way. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 7 is 21. 3 times 2 is 6. Add the 2 is 8. 819. Same answer. Great. So my estimate was 900, and I used short multiplication to solve my problem, and I know that I got 3 times 3 is 9, 3 times 7 is 21, 3 times 6 is 8, add 2 equals 819. Is 819 close to my estimate? I said it would be a bit less than 900. 819 is a bit less than 900, so I'm happy with that answer. Let's look at a similar problem. In 1 month, 224 tents are pitched in the boreal forest. Each tent needs 4 tent pegs to secure it. How many tent pegs are needed? I'll start with my knowns again. I know that there are 224 tents. I know that each tent needs 4 tent pegs. 4 times 224, or 224 times 4. So my calculation is going to be 224 tents times 4 for all of the tent pegs. And I could draw that as a bar model. 224 and I need 4 lots of 224. And that will give me my unknown of how many tent pegs I need. 224 times 4. Sorry, that's a bit squiggly. We can use place counters again, and you can draw these in your book if they help you. Draw out how many hundreds we've got, 2, how many tens we've got, 2 tens, and how many ones we've got, 4 ones. And let's estimate that. This time I'm going to estimate 224 is close to 200. I'm going to round it to the nearest hundred, is 200. 200 times 4, my estimate will be 800. And I'm just going to solve the short multiplication. You can use your place value chart if it helps you. 4 times 4 is 16. Keep everything neatly lined up. 4 times 2 is 8. Add the extra 1 here, makes 9. 9 tens. And 4 times 2 is 8 hundreds. 896. Is that close to my estimate? 896. 800. It's a bit more than my estimate, but I've got a bit more than 200 here. So I'm happy with that. It's time for your talk task, where you're going to see if you can use a place value chart and draw a bar model for each of these different calculations, these short multiplications. But I don't have a talk partner here. Look, it's talk partner Teddy. Talk partner Teddy, will you be my talk partner? He says yes. Ruggedly handsome, would you say so? Thanks, Teddy. Let's see if we can solve these calculations together. Would you like to go first or would you like to go second? Okay, I'll go first. Let's see if we can solve this first one. With your talk partner, can you see if you can solve your problems? You can pause the video now. Hi everybody. Let's see if you got these ones correct. I'm just going to put the answers in quickly for you. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 6 is 24. And 4 times 1 is 4. Don't forget the extra 2 down there to make 6. 3 times 8 is 24. 3 times 2 is 6. Don't forget to carry the 2. We're going to regroup it. 3 times 2 is 6 and 2 more 10s makes 8. And 3 times 3 is 9, 984. And the last one, 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 4 is 24. And 6 times 1, don't forget to carry the extra 2. 6 add 2 equals 846. Let's have a look at a little bit of a trickier one in our developed learning. Let's read the problem together first. One evening, 154 people camp. Each person has a dinner at the campfire lodge at a cost of £6. How much money does the lodge receive? Okay, first let's check our knowns. What do we know already? Well, we know that there are 154 people at the camp. 154. And we know that each of them has a dinner that costs £6. 154 times 6. 154 6 times. So 154 times 6 gives me my calculation. Can I solve this? 6 times 4 is 24. 6 times 5 is 30. Don't forget the 2. 32. And 6 times 1 is 600, because it's 6 times 100. And don't forget the extra 3, 900. Now you might have there done an estimate first, estimated 150 times 6 to give yourself an estimation of 900. Well done if you remember to estimate. And if you're finding it a little bit tricky, don't forget to go back to drawing out your place value chart. You know that there's 100, and so you can just draw in 100 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. I should start with my ones here ready. 4 ones 6 times, so I'm going to draw out 4 ones another 6 times. And you can use short multiplication. So you're going to have a look at your independent task now, and there are a few different calculations here. 5 different questions for short multiplication. For each of these, I'd like you first to do an estimate by rounding it. Then see if you can solve the short multiplication. And if you need to, you can draw that place value chart to make it a little bit easier. I'll give you 8 minutes. See if you can do that in 8 minutes and pause the video now. Hello and welcome back. Did you solve all of these correctly? The first problem, 278 times 3, 278 times 3. 3 times 8 equals 24. 3 times 7 equals 21, add 2 equals 23. 3 times 2 equals 6, 834. 156 times 4. Six times 4 is 24. 4 times 5 is 20. Don't forget the extra 2 down here. And 4 times 1 is 4, and the extra 2 makes 6. 624. Give yourself a tick if you got it correct. 6 times 137. I'm going to do it this way round, because I know that multiplication is commutative. 6 times 7 equals 42. 6 times 3 equals 18. Add the 4 makes another 22. And 6 times 1, add the 2 makes 8. 822. $129 times 8. 8 times 9 is 72. 8 times 2 is 16. Add the 7 makes 23. And 8 times 1 is 8. Add the 2 makes 1032. And last of all, 7 times 135. I'll do it this way. 7 times 135. 7 times 5 is 35. 7 times 3 is 21. Add the 3. And 7 times 1 is 7. Add the 2 makes 945. And well done if you put the estimates in for those as well. Give yourself a tick. If you didn't get them correct, see if you can go over the calculation again and see where you made your mistake. It's time now for a few use and apply and reasoning and depth problems to really make sure that you understand this maths and can apply it to lots of different kinds of mathematical problems. It's one thing to be able just to do it when we've got the numbers here and the procedure is really obvious, but can you pick this maths out and spot these short multiplications when they're in word problems? So have a look at this use and apply problem here, this reason and explain problem here, and this depth question here, and see if you can solve these problems. Once you've finished, don't forget to take a photo of your book and upload it to Google Classroom. Whew. That was a hard maths lesson. Well done everybody for working so hard. Have a go at use and apply, reason and explain at depth, then take a photo and put it to Google Classroom, and I look forward to reading all of your lovely work and your great maths work. Thanks everybody. See you tomorrow. Lesson finished. So I can click stop share because I don't need to share my screen anymore. And then, I forgot to say right at the start. Click record at the start. So before you did any of that, you should have clicked record, and it will let you record your screen. So click record right at the start. I should have said at the start. Apologies. When you've finished, then you click stop recording, and then you click end meeting, and I'm going to disappear. And when you click end meeting, then the file will start to save. So it saves to my desktop. It will save to your desktop. You can save it wherever you want. So I'll save it to my documents. So click save, and it gives you all of the documents here. The next job is to upload it to Google Classroom. So just go to your Google account, click the 9 dots, click YouTube, and it's this little one up in this top right hand corner, create new video or post, create video, upload video, and it's just drag and drop. So it's this bottom file here, the one with the little video. Drag it across. It's going to be quite a big file, so it's going to take quite a while to upload. This one's not too big because I forgot to record. So you click and drag, and it's give it a title like Tuesday maths lesson, or Tuesday maths lesson multiplication. You can click. I don't know what these options are. Okay, and it's worth here just click copy the video link here. Click next. You can set it as public, that's fine. If you're doing it the night before, which maybe that might be a good idea because it takes a while to upload. So if you try and do it just before the lesson's supposed to start, it won't be uploaded in time. So I'd recommend doing it either a good sort of hour in advance or recording the video for tomorrow today. So being a day in advance for the videos. And then you can just click schedule and schedule when you want the video to go live. So here I'm going to schedule it. And it's scheduled and it's uploading in the background. I copy the link, and then I'm going to go, so it's ready there, it's scheduled, and then I'm going to go to Google Classroom, select the class that I would like to upload it to, so I'll select Olive here, and then you can say, here is the lesson, the maths lesson for today. Attached is the worksheet. Put the link. I'm just going to add here. You can also add the link here. So click YouTube. Add the link and it will, because it's not scheduled yet, it won't come up. So I could just put the URL up there and it will add it. No, it won't. Yes, it will. Oh, no, it won't because it doesn't exist yet. Okay, so you just put it there. And then you can also add the, file. So I've got this worksheet here. I think it's in my downloads. Maybe recents. Click and drag that across. So my worksheet is there as well. Upload that. And then again, I can either post it straight away or I can schedule it for 9 o'clock for when the lesson is supposed to start. And I'll schedule that task for when it's supposed to be. And that's it. And you can, if you want to, you can record 3 or 4 lessons in a row and schedule to all ready to go, so you can focus on just responding to those pupils' work. I think the thing to remember is that it does take a while, especially if it's a sort of half-hour video, which it's going to end up being. It takes a while to upload to YouTube, so just make sure it's done plenty of time in advance. And I think your kids will really love it. Thanks, guys.